After yesterday night's playoff game, the Brooklyn Nets are up 2-0 against the Boston Celtics, and they won the game in a dominating fashion, winning 130-108. And after watching game 2, I think we all realized just how good the Nets are, and I'm convinced that they will go to the finals and potentially win it. But in this video, we'll discuss why the Brooklyn Nets are so scary and what makes them so good in the playoffs. But before we get onto the video, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the bell so you guys get my videos right away. The support has been crazy, so with all that being said, let's get right into the video. To start off, the Celtics obviously lost to the Nets in the first game, and in the second game, they lost even in a worse fashion. To start off, man, nobody expected this. Joe Harris in the first quarter, I believe, had 6 threes alone. This man was going off shooting threes from everywhere. He scored 25 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds, shooting 7 for 10 from 3 and 9 for 14 from the field, all in 29 minutes. That's just something I had to point out. Joe Harris is an X factor for this Nets team, but to sum it all up, this game was basically over by the second quarter. The Nets were up by 20 already in the second quarter. It's just simple. The Boston Celtics don't bring energy. They're not playing physical enough, and their defense on screens is horrible. They're playing back, giving way too many open shots, and the reason why the Nets really lost this game is because Jason Tatum didn't involve himself. When the rock doesn't touch Jason Tatum's hands, the Celtics are most likely not going to win. He needs his touches, and in this game, that just wasn't it. Obviously, he did get poked in the eye, and then he had to leave the rest of the game, but that's the reason, man. Jason Tatum, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, shooting 1 for 3 from the three-point line and 3 for 12 from the field goal, and all in 21 minutes. He barely played any minutes, and the time he was there, he was just standing. He wasn't involving himself, and that's why the Celtics team lost. Yeah, Kemba had 17 points, but that's not gonna cut it. Tristan Thompson had 15, Marcus Smart 19. This is not gonna cut it if the Celtics really want to be into this game, because the Nets are looking so scary, man. Kevin Durant, 26 points, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. He finally got his three-point shot going. In the first game, it was not all there. But, yeah, man, Kevin Durant, again, showing off why he's one of the best scorers in the game. He was getting to his spots, mid-range, everything. And Blake Griffin, he had a nice poster dunk. He had 11 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He's finally, getting into him old self, kind of, I guess you could say. He's dunking at least more than he was on the Pistons. Obviously, Joe Harris, 25 points. His three-point ability is just unmatched, especially in the first half. That's what basically made this, Nets team have the big lead. Kyrie Irving, he didn't have much of an impact, but they really didn't need it from him. 15 points, 6 and 6. He shot 1 for 3 from the three-point line. And James Harden, finally, 20 points. He shot 4 for 8 from the three-point line. He had some nice threes. He had an and 1 3 as well. Yeah, man. The Nets' big three is unstoppable. They combined for at least 60-70 points this game once again. I believe last game they combined for 80, but in the regular season, this big three only played a total of 8 games, and now they're getting their chemistry together in the playoffs, and just look how good they are. Their chemistry is not even at 100%, but by the next series, just imagine how good that this Nets team is actually going to be. Off the bench, Green had 6 points, 0 for 1 from the three-point land, but again, didn't need it from him. Shamet had 10 points. This Brooklyn Nets team is way better than I thought, and I know that you guys thought. I didn't expect them to be blowing out the Celtics. I know that the Celtics are shorthanded, without their guy, Jalen Green, but still, losing by 20 in a playoff game, I would have never expected this. And finally, the chemistry between Irving, Harden, and Kevin Durant is forming, and that's just the scary part. To end this series off, I do think that it's going to be a sweep. Boston's morale, they just don't seem like they want to be there. They're playing with no intensity, no physicality. Like I said last game, just Jason Tatum needs to involve himself, even if they want to pull out one win. He barely shot, and then obviously he got poked in the eye, which led him to not even playing basically the rest of the game. So yeah, those are the key things for the Celtics. And then off screens and isolation defense, they're gonna have to focus on that, because this team is so ISO oriented, the Nets are, and that's gonna be a key factor that they're just gonna need to focus on, even if they want to steal one game. And I've got to say, the Nets defense isn't as bad as I thought they were. They were getting stops. Kemba Walker was absolutely getting clamped up, and then Jason Tatum just couldn't get it going. But, this team defensively isn't, all that bad. And I really do see them making it to the finals just because of what I see. It's just pure domination offensively, and defensively, they don't need to be the best team. They just need to be able to, hold them off, hold the team to, 100 points, nothing more than that, because the offense is always going to be there with the big three. And, now they're getting their confidence together, and the groove is getting there. Other than that, there aren't really many other takeaways to take away from Game 2 of the Nets versus Celtics game. Again, I stopped watching the third quarter. I knew the game was over. Just the morale they're playing with, they were defeated, and, the Celtics had no answer for the Nets' big three. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this series so far. Get in the comment section. Do you guys think that the Nets are going to sweep them, or is it going to be a gentleman's sweep and they're going to lose one game? How far do you think that the Nets are going to go? Obviously, like I said, I think that they can make it to the finals and even potentially win, as, the locker room is gaining so much chemistry and there's no, negativity. It seems like they're all cheering each other on. James Harden's scoring numbers have been down, and he doesn't seem to mind as long as he's winning. That's the one player I really want to win a championship, which is James Harden. He's been so many years in the league. He's been so close at times, obviously in 2017 with the Houston Rockets. So I'd really be happy to see James Harden win a ring. And I think that now other teams and coaches around the league are really starting to realize what this big three can do and how much damage they're causing. And the Celtics aren't no bums. I know they're injured and hurt, but still, blowing out a team like this, they were up by 30 majority of the game. That's not a joke. This offensive power is going to be a big problem, especially if they play the Lakers. But again, comment down below what other playoff series do you guys want me to cover. I just wanted to talk about the Nets to get some people out there to realize just how good they are and, how far that they can truly go. But this is going to end off the video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the bell so you guys get my videos right away. And with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.